Alright, we're just gonna get straight to it. Did a little bit here and there, and just saying the last time I played this game was a whole month ago, and that's just because I feel like I've done everything I could right now, honestly. Like, I feel kind of drained for playing this game just because I played it a lot. Still needed anyways. I mean, you're obviously not gonna see my first impression and such compared to going under, where that was like the early hours of me playing the game, so I was still discovering everything. But in this, for Hades, for this video, it's just probably gonna be me talking about everything from the beginning and why I started playing this game and why I really like this game. And after that, we're just gonna get into just me talking about gameplay and such, you know. But there's definitely gonna be no surprises. I'm just probably gonna go through it. I guess the first thing why I started playing this game, and so probably the first thing, probably the first reason why I started playing this game was just because, like, honestly speaking, it's probably just because of Greek mythology. Um, like, like ever since like when I was a kid and I started reading Percy Jackson, I was so into it, and that was probably the reason why I really like this. Why I was really hooked into this game. I really like the concept of this game, and I was like, all right, let's go, let's buy it. Like it was like an instant buy for me. It was an instant buy for me. I didn't even wait for a sale. I was just like, oh, I really want to try this game out, and so I just bought it. And let me tell you, after playing this for a while, obviously not like the person that played it the most, but for someone that has like 100 hours into this game, I could definitely say it was worth my purchase of $20. That was because I bought this before the game officially came out. Like it was $20. It was early access still. So I guess I could also say that this was like my first official roguelike because I don't really remember playing any other roguelikes before, or like this is the first time I've officially found out, oh, these type of games is called roguelikes. These are what roguelikes are. So maybe I have played in the past, but I just didn't know it was a roguelike. I always thought like most of these games were kind of like just RPG MMO ish, but like now I know at least that there is that these have their own type of genres for games, which is roguelikes. And enough of that. Gameplay wise, was not disappointed, even though I was really excited for the theme, for how the theme of this game is Greek mythology. The gameplay wise did not disappoint. This game is super addicting. Not only it has difficulty, it has the difficulty in the game. It also has the gameplay of it is very fun, and I love it a lot. It is very addicting. For example, in this game, you can have multiple weapons, which was definitely something I was looking forward to before I was buying the game and such. Just because, you know, if it was just a sword, it kind of would have been boring just because there's no variety. But the fact that they offer you a sword, they offer you a bow, a shield, a gun, what else? Gloves and a lance, it really makes it offers much more variety towards the gameplay. Speaking of variety in this game, it goes crazy. And that's another, actually, add that to another thing. Yeah, another thing why I like this game is just because there's so much customization and freedom to do whatever you want in this game. Just like I'll list off the variety you could have in this game. You can have different weapons. The gods represent different types of power ups you could have. Each gods have their own different type of um way to enhance your skills and abilities. For example, the gem that you can throw. If you have Artemis, it has this crit arrow. If you have Dionysus, you have the poison festive fog. So each of these gods right here, they all have their own um little twist towards the boons you can see on the left side of the screen. And for the first time playing this game, I was just in awe because there was so much to explore. There's so much to do in this game, and you can already tell that over time, I definitely sank some hours into this game. Also, besides the variety of the aspect, the story isn't bad. It isn't like, I'm pretty sure Hades is definitely focused on gameplay, and design. But so the story was whatever. Honestly, it's all right. Um, isn't something unbearably bad, but it isn't also a masterpiece story that everyone should read. So it was just mid. It was whatever. It fit with this whole setting of the game. Story helped intertwine and explain the system of how the gameplay is. So story includes and explains why the gameplay is like the gameplay. For example, I mean, I guess it's spoilers, but after you beat Hades and escape, you keep repeating and repeating because you're not allowed to leave the surface because you're binded to the underworld. And then even after that, like end of the game where you actually save Persephone and you bring her back to the underworld, the reason why you're still running through dungeons is because you just become Hades' personal like test dummy for dungeons. So yeah, it's whatever. It's honestly story is whatever. It's acceptable, and at least they tie the story with the gameplay and why the gameplay works like this. So yeah, cool. And on top of that, like the interaction in this game is crazy. You can talk to anybody. You can like dying. I saw this review on the Steam, but dying actually feels nice because you can then talk to different characters and progress the relationship by giving nectar and ambrosia. So it was very nice to see that, just to see more pay more attention to details with the characters and such. So talking to them doesn't feel like the robots, and when you talk to them, you can actually feel like you actually feel like you have to talk to them just because you want to see what they talk about and the missions you can get in and and the rewards you can get from talking to them. And one of the rewards for them is definitely the keepsake. So yeah, it's definitely worth it to invest in the relationships and giving them ambrosia the nectar. So it's pretty nice. Then gives you access to making the game even more difficult and annoying. And you can see when I started the run, there were so many different options you can choose to make to how you want to make your game much more harder to do. So, whew, good luck with that if you're planning to play Hades or you're playing Hades because even with me, I get frustrated because some of the difficulties is just annoying at some points. Like cause for me, if I don't have fun, then I'm probably not gonna do it. And I've tried the other difficulties and such. I definitely did not have fun because I was just getting my ass kicked. So yeah, definitely you can definitely edit the you can definitely change how difficult this game can be. You make it really simple. Like I'll show you right here. You make it simple and enable God mode right here, which says right here, um instantly makes you tougher, more so whenever you die. Death is not so big of a deal in the underworld. Try this if you're struggling, want to focus on a story, mission, or any reason. You can make it even easier than the normal, or you can make it even harder and activate the trials of punishment. So yeah, the variety in difficulty is crazy. If I were to say why I like Hades in one word, right? That one word would be everything. That's it. So you're interviewing me. Oh, why do you like Hades so much? I would just say everything, and you can infer. You can think about it as many times as you want. But the reason why I say everything is just because Hades has everything that I like, or that a lot of that I like, a lot of people like, and that's probably why it's one of the best games right now. Oh, right here, yes, I love this. Just so I can hold X. But back to what I was saying, Hades really has everything that I like and that everyone likes in a roguelike. It has variety, it has its own twist, it has its own unique and appealing theme for the visuals. Soundtrack's amazing, visuals are amazing. The design for this game was absolutely crazy, sick and unique. You look at Hermes, dude. He looks amazing. Looks hot, crazy. I mean, if you were really to be picky with this, you could say that it isn't perfect because the story wasn't super good, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's a video game, and roguelikes are more focused on the gameplay of the game, so I think Hades banged it out of the park. Is a 10 out of 10. It has everything. from my personal biases of Greek mythology. Um, it was a literal dream for this game for me just because it hit everything of what I wanted in a video game. And with that, I guess I just want to wrap things up. Go play Hades if you haven't. Wish you bought it before the game came out because now I think it's $25, so it's more money. Before it was just $20. Definitely worth of a buy. If you're into Greek mythology, this game is just for you, straight for you. Just cause I know you'll probably sink your teeth in, just um, sink your hours in on this game just to admire the visuals of this game and such, and freaking out over all the characters that you saw in Percy Jackson, like I did. Or if you're just a fan of roguelikes and you're wanting to play a new roguelike game, again, Hades is just for you, just cause it has the gameplay of the gameplay is crazy. Although one thing I wish it did was that I was expecting this game to go from Underworld, like let's say you go from Underworld, then you escape, then you fight in the human world, then you escape the human world, then you fight in Olympus. That was, I guess, my only complaint with this game, just because I was expecting the story and the gameplay to go to that level where, because if you see from the beginning before you launch, there are three portals. There's the first one, which is Underworld. Then there's an empty second one, and then there's a third one, which is blocked with a big face. I mean, I'll try and show a video, like a picture here somewhere, but I was expecting the first world to be the underworld, obviously. The second one to be portal to the human world, to the earth realm, and then the third one, the big box covered one, to be like a majestic portal towards Olympus. And that's what I was expecting, but I think this is the full game where it is right now because spoiler, once you're in the surface, you don't really explore the surface. You're just there to talk to Persephone, and then you die, and then you come back, and then you do a new run, and then that's about it. So that kind of lowered my hopes. Kind of just probably my only negative, honestly, because I wish this game was longer. I think that's just because I'm inexperienced with roguelikes because I think roguelikes aren't supposed to be that long, but I was hoping that this game would have three worlds where you go to the underworld first, then you go fight in the human world, then you go fight in Olympus. And I was hoping this so that's why I was hoping it was longer, but hey, in the future maybe in the future they'll add that new update, like a new human world update, new Olympus update, but the fact that this game already has an epilogue and a ending to the story kind of feels like my wish will probably not happen. So really bummed out. You have new place to sit out. You have new place to look at. You have new place to talk to people and such. New weapons to use. New weapons to try. And then Olympus, same thing. New area base that you can be in. New weapons you can try. Maybe you could use Zeus's lightning bolt as a weapon instead of the lance. Cause you know how um the keeps the variety in the weapons have also a hidden talent which turned into a reference to different other mythology, like the sword has King Arthur's, the spear has Guan Yu, the shield has I forgot his name, but it started with a B, and then the bow has Ram's bow, and then the gun has Lucifer, and then the new one, the gloves, is Gilgamesh, and that was really sick. That was really really cool. And and so with Olympus, the idea of Olympus being a new base, a new world, you could have the hidden talent could be like Zeus's lightning bolt or something. Um, Medusa's shield, I guess. I don't know. Riptide, a reference to Percy Jackson. That'd be pretty cool as a sword. But yeah, like my ideas for this game, my excitement for this game, my ideas that I could put for this game is endless, dude. And I wish it came true. I wish it came true that that the human world in Olympus you could explore in this game. I wish that came true, but other than that, I love this game. 10 out of 10. Play this game if you haven't already, and it is definitely crazy. But yeah, thanks for watching and goodbye.